Okay, hi everyone. Look, I wanted to touch base with you. This is the exam 2. There was a little confusion last time, I thought, about the kinds of questions that I was asking or maybe your replies. So I just want to make sure that you have a better understanding of the question. So I want to go over the questions with you here real quick. The first question on the exam says, I read off the chart here, summarize how American political institutions and public opinion have expanded civil rights. Okay, you need to be very specific. You need to now tell me, what those institutions are, okay, and with examples of how those institutions have altered or improved civil rights. You need to offer public opinion, again, with examples as to how public opinion has expanded civil rights. So that's what I'm looking for in the first question. Tell me what the institutions are, how public opinion have expanded or increased civil rights for Americans today. Question number 2 says, summarize the most important sources of news for contemporary Americans. Now, I don't want just a laundry list. If you say these are the most important sources of news, whether it be social media, mainstream media, newspaper, whatever your sources are, you need to be specific with your examples. Here's who they are, and here's why they're significant, okay, or important. All right, so again, tell me what they are and why they're important with examples. It would be like this situation here. Okay? Now the third one says, explain the various ways interest groups try to influence the policymaking process. Okay? So again, you need to first off tell me what the policymaking process is, all right? And then with examples, whether it's the NRA, whether it's Greenpeace, pick your interest group, but explain to me how they try to influence the process. Right? What do they do? What kinds of tactics do they use to try to get congressmen to pass certain laws on their behalf? Okay? And then finally, the last one says, describe how elections shape public opinion. Right? If you look at this current election coming up in November, if you look at the previous election 2 years ago, I think those are two elections you can look at there and say, this is what's trying to happen here. So it's kind of a double-edged sword kind of question, right? Is it elections that shape public opinion? Or does public opinion shape elections? I'm asking you to look at how elections shape public opinion. Who we elect, who we put in office. How does that help mold our public opinion on issues that we think are important today? Okay? So again, we've got 4 questions, 25 points each. The first one, summarize how American political institutions and public opinion expand civil rights. So you got to tell me what those institutions are. Show me how public opinion, right, expands. Right? Second one, summarize the most important sources of news for contemporary Americans. Again, don't just list them. Tell me what they are and why they're important. Third, right, explain the various ways interest groups try to influence policymaking. Tell me what policymaking is first, the process. Then show me how interest groups try to influence that policy. And then finally, describe how elections shape public opinion. So that's what I'm asking you, right? Those people we elect in office, they now try to shape public opinion. How does that happen? How do they go about that? With examples. Pick out 1 or 2 issues and show me how those elections are attempting to shape opinion about those issues. Okay? And again, like always, if you ever have any questions, never hesitate to contact me. I'll help you any way I can. All right? Remember, you get 3 hours. Once you click on the exam, you get 3 hours to complete it. Okay? So kind of formulate your answers ahead of time, and away you go. All right. I look forward to reading them. Bye now.